my name is Wyatt Roberts. I am a senior at Dakota Wesleyan University, where I'm currently intending to get my bachelor's in exercise science. So, a little bit about me. I am CPT certified through the NSCA, where I'm also currently trying to get my CSCS and my tactical training certification. I am also first aid, CPR, and AED certified through the Red Cross. On the side, I do Strongman. I'm currently semi-pro. I'm attempting to earn a pro card this next year. I've competed at the under 23 World Strongest, where I placed 4th in the world. I have also competed at US Nationals twice, where I've placed roughly 50% of the pack. And I've also done roughly 10 regional or local shows, where I varied from about 1st to 3rd place in between all those. My strongman career started as more of just a for fun thing I did on the side. All through high school, I was a 3-sport athlete where I played football, track, and I wrestled. And that kind of taught me my basis of athleticism, and it's where I fell in love with athletics. And towards my senior year, I was introduced to strongman through YouTube, through like Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, those guys. And it always seemed like fun, and for my senior year, Christmas, my mother booked me a spot at a local strongman show where I went and I got dead last, destroyed by the competition. But it sparked that joy in me that I just couldn't get in any other sport. And so I decided I would attempt football my freshman year of college. Ended up getting hurt and had a sit down long talk with coaches, parents, and I decided to give strongman a try. And so I went from an NAIA athlete all the way up to a top ranking world's competitor in the under 23 category in just a few years. And I want to be able to teach that love for strength that I have to the next generation of athletes. And that's why I think I would be a great strongman coach specifically. Here in a little bit, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a log press. I think it's a fundamental movement to strongman, and you can't really get it in any other sport. We're going to go over the biomechanics, we'll go over how to set up a log, and then we'll go through the full movement and we'll explain how to get your log press to be great. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, so before we get on to the log itself, we're going to go over the 4 fundamental phases of the log press. Those are the starting position, your racked position, your cleaned position, and then your pressed position, okay? We're going to start, of course, with the starting position. Now, the biggest thing to take away from this when you do it is to point the log away from you. Right here, thumb with the handle. So as you go down, first when you go up your log, twist it away. Your thumb should be in line with the handle, and then it should be pointed towards the ground. This allows us, when we go to clean, to have our pinky in the air, which we'll talk about later, and that just provides the best position to press from. Okay, obviously, solid stance. You want to be solid. If you're weak or if you're moving around, your press is not going to be good. Okay, I prefer slightly more than shorter width apart. Some people like shorter width apart. I feel like the wider I get, the more stable I am in my press, especially with a heavier log. And like I said, log away from you and your thumb towards the handle. Those are, I'd say, in your starting position, are the key takeaways that will allow your log press to grow. And now for the second position, that is the racked position. So this is after you've picked up your log, you're now sitting down and you're about to clean. So the first thing, elbows up. Do not let your arms rotate backwards. Keep your elbows up. That will allow your clean to be performed at the best ability. Okay, then big chest, and do not lean over the log. This is the easiest and first mistake I always see new log lifters do, is when they sit into the position to clean and get ready and get loaded, they lean over the log, and then when they go to clean up, it doesn't want to go because their body is not set up to move that way. So we'll see this more on the video itself, where you want big chest, staring straight forward, and then performing your clean. I've always imagined that I have a logo on my chest, and if I'm being recorded from the front, I should be able to read the logo on my chest. Then finally, loading your hips. Like I said, this is performed right before you go for the clean itself. So you want to put all the pressure into your glutes and your hips, and then get ready to throw that thing up. So now we're on to the clean portion of our log lift. This is the most explosive portion other than the press itself. This is getting it from our hips up onto our chest. And so we'll start here in the cleaning motion itself.
So thrusting through and up through your hips, this will start the rotation of the log towards your chest. And then you're using your arms, like I said, if you have your elbow up and you're pulling through and rotating, using that momentum from your hips to make sure you get the log in position, which leads into right here. You know, don't mind my awful drawings here, but we want to have a wide base and pinkies to the sky. So what that means, if we started with our thumbs on the handles, when we rotate, we'll end up like this. So metaphorically, obviously, keep pulled bar. When your pinkies are up like that, it puts you in this position, which on your log, you're nice and wide. It allows your triceps to be dominant through your shoulders. It keeps you stable, especially heavier weights. It is crushing. It will be bending you back. So keeping that there allows you to keep in almost a bench press style position instead of being more of a overhead press, because if you go straight like this, you want to press forward. And you know, when you're in the 300, 400, 500 pound logs, you can't press forward. That'll get away from you and it will hurt you. Okay, so we've now got the log to our chest. The next thing is the press position. This is our movement where we will actually press the log overhead. So starting, we want to load the hips and the knees. As soon as we go to press, we're going to slightly bend. This will load up our hips and our knees to give us some extra leg drive through the lift. And we want outward knee movement. We do not want to move straight forward. If we move straight forward, again, just like with our elbow position and our hand position, this will pull us forward and pull us out from underneath the log. So, and then as you go to press, you want to look up as you press. Do not keep your head straight, because you either hit your face on the log, especially if you have any backwards movement. It also just kind of promotes you to be more explosive upwards, looking at the sky. And then the last message here is more on the mental side, is to do not be afraid of the log. That is 400 plus pounds sitting on your chest at a high level. That is heavy, it does not feel good. It feels like it's going to fold you in half. You cannot be afraid to put everything you can into the lift. Be explosive, be angry, be smart about it too. We obviously do not want to get hurt. So yeah, I think that is about everything, just going over on the whiteboard itself. So now we're going to cut to me on the log itself. I'll reiterate a lot of points I reiterated here. It's good to just grind it, because the log is very complicated. But once you get it, it's like riding a bike. You'll never forget how to do it. So anyway, let's get right to it. So the first thing we're gonna go over is what is a log press. So a log press is a multi-joint clean and press movement done traditionally in strongman sport, and it has also been seen now in some CrossFit events. What you're looking right here is a log, traditionally for a male strongman that is over the teenage group, will be 12 inches in diameter. You also see 8 and 6, which those are for women, and then teens respectively. Okay, so now we will start with the clean portion of the log press. The first thing you want to do is stand just past shoulder width apart. I have found more success from a bit of a wider stance. I enjoy having that wider stance. Some people like straight up shoulder width apart. The wider you are, the more stable you're going to be, and the heavier it gets, those few inches will matter. So once you got a good foot position, you're going to want to take your hands and then turn the log away from you, pointing thumbs out. What this does is it positions it so when you go to clean, it sits nice in your chest and it doesn't pull away from you. Okay, so when you grab, thumb straight pointing towards the ground, straight up, and then you're going to sit. Keep your elbows high, head up, and pull it into your chest as hard as you can. Okay? Then after we pull, we're going to throw our hips through and be up with it. When we get up to our chest, pinkies to the sky is the cue to remember. What this does is it puts your triceps and your elbow in the correct position. So when you press, you're pressing straight up, and you're not trying to flare out like you would on a traditional overhead press. Okay, now that we've seen the clean portion, we're going to work on the press itself. The biggest key with the log is be as explosive as possible. You want to spend the least amount of time under the weight as you can. Most people will fail if they go to press, they don't quite get it, they sit there and fight. There is so much compression on your chest at heavier weights, it will take you out before the ability to press ever does.
So let's go ahead and do a complete lift now. Again, thumbs pointed down, up, elbows into your chest, throw your hips through. We're in that position. Pinkies up, load the knees, throw it up. Okay, again, here. Pinkies in the air, load the knees, throw it up. Okay.